If you drink coffee first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, that might be contributing to your exhaustion. Good thing my stomach's not empty. Welcome to day 2 of Simplifying Health for Christian Moms, where we focused on simple habits that actually move the needle. Most health advice is way too complicated for motherhood anyways. You do not need a complete overhaul. You just need simple foundational support. And that's what I'm here to give you. Coffee has certainly become a symbol of motherhood. I think that's one of the most classic memes running on coffee and Jesus or whatever it may be. It's just motherhood and coffee just seem to go together. And that's fine, as long as we do everything in the right order. You wake up tired because you had a bad night's sleep or you were going all day, whatever it may be. You reach for coffee first thing in the morning. You realize it or not, it's really just perpetuating the cycle of exhaustion. But I totally understand why we do it. I've done it, I've been there. But I'm here to challenge us all to rise a little higher. Coffee on an empty stomach, which I feel like this has become more of a understood or normalized necessary habit shift, but I realize not everybody knows this, so it's still worth sharing. And it's such a simple habit that we don't really think about, and it can make a huge difference. When you drink coffee on an empty stomach, it causes your body to immediately spike your cortisol, which is your stress hormone. So first thing in the morning, your body has no idea why, but it's already stressed out. You are already acting out of a state of stress rather than calm first thing in the morning. Cortisol is not a bad hormone. I think it gets a bad rap because it gets unnecessary spikes, but cortisol is not a bad thing. Your body needs cortisol to get you going in the morning. I just want it to be balanced. As a nutritional therapy practitioner, one of the patterns I see in exhausted moms is unstable blood sugar. And it's one of those sneaky ones that nobody really thinks about, but it's definitely weaved throughout your daily life. And we just have to uncover it, find those patterns, and address it. And a lot of times it's simple fixes. Like I mentioned earlier, when you drink your coffee on an empty stomach without protein or anything like that, it's going to spike your stress hormones, and you're going to be operating out of a state of stress from the get-go, which can lead to mid-morning crashes, cravings, irritability, anxiety. I know we've all felt those things. In that afternoon slump, this is where I'm talking about the cycle repeating, where the afternoon slump where you feel like you need another coffee around 2 or 3 p.m. While discipline is a factor to think about, these things are typically not because you lack discipline. It's typically just because your blood sugar is not stabilized, and we can fix that. Here's a simple habit. You do not have to give up coffee entirely, although if you decide to, hey, I went a long time. I gave up coffee for a while just to let things stable out, to not feel to drink coffee because I enjoy it and not because I felt like I needed it or my day was incomplete without it. So now it's a fun treat and I can enjoy it. And I'm gonna say 95% of the time my coffee is decaf anyways. I used to be one of those people that was you can't drink decaf coffee. Why the heck not? If you get a good well-sourced decaf coffee, there are bad decaf out there, but if you get a good mindfully roasted, mindfully sourced decaf coffee, which I actually recommend Purity Coffee. I have some beans that are 2/3 decaf, full decaf. I love Purity Coffee. It's mold free, it's mycotoxin free, it's full of antioxidants. It's I have a discount code for it that I'll link below. Even with a better coffee, you still need to be careful when you drink it. So instead of reaching for it first thing in the morning, you're just gonna have some protein first, whether that's a protein ball that you've prepped and have in the fridge, or egg bites you've made ahead and have in the fridge, whatever it may be. Or if you just go ahead and make your full breakfast first and then have your coffee as you're eating your breakfast, but make sure you take at least a bite of the protein first, okay? I promise, as you make this shift, you're gonna notice such a difference. And you're gonna be why didn't I do this sooner? And it is one of those small but mighty changes. Why protein? Because you can have a carb with your coffee and it's still going to spike your blood sugar. Protein is going to stabilize your blood sugar, prevent that cortisol spike. So you can have carbs with your protein. You just want to make sure you have protein with the coffee or before the coffee. Now your body is no longer relying on stress hormones to provide it energy, which allows your coffee to work with your body instead of against it. As long as you are drinking a high quality coffee. Whatever, drink whatever coffee you want. We're not worried about your quality of coffee today. Today we're worried about blood sugar, but there are better quality coffee options out there that we can discuss later if you want. Many moms have noticed that when they make this change, they've stabilized energy throughout the day, which who doesn't want or need that as a mom? One of the things I've loved most about learning about the way our body works is just marveling at God's design for our body. So he just designed us so intelligently and marvelously. Obviously scripture says that, but it's just when you see it in the wild, it really is amazing. Our bodies were created with incredibly complex systems that were meant to work in rhythm and balance with one another. It's when we ignore those rhythms and push through things like exhaustion or whatever symptom you may be having, and rather than looking for a root cause, we just push through and ignore those signals, and eventually our body is going to keep sending more signals, and it's going to start affecting other areas. So when we ignore symptoms of exhaustion from blood sugar or irritability or whatever, it's going to lead into more stress. More stress is going to cause you to not sleep as well. It's also going to downshift a lot of your body's necessary functions, cause you to be in a constant state of fight or flight or survival mode. Affect your digestion. When you are not in a stable state, your body cannot properly digest the nutrients that you're giving it. So then even if you are giving your body nutrient-dense food, your body's not able to fully absorb them to their maximum capacity. As your digestion is downshifted, then sometimes you don't feel like eating nutrient-dense food. So then it just all becomes a jumbled mess, when if we would just stop when we see a signal from our body, a rhythm that's not in place, and address it at the root, look for a root cause, then suddenly all these foundations of health are in proper balance, and we're able to thrive in motherhood and not just survive it, white knuckle it. I need us to remember that stewarding our health does not have to be complicated. It is simply just honoring the way that our body was designed and supporting it in the way that it's asking for support. So if you're a mom who feels constantly exhausted or anxious or irritable, I just want to encourage you that your body is not failing you. It is sending you a message. It's doing what God designed it to do, and it's showing you that something is out of balance. And the incredible news of it all is you don't need to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on some complex system. You just need to make small, consistent changes daily, and then you'll see your body respond in the way that you want it to. So if that's you and you're trying to rebuild your health from the foundations up, I created a free guide for Christian moms that walks through the exact 5 pillars of health that I focus on with my clients. You can download that below. And join the series on simplifying health for busy moms. Make sure to subscribe, because we're going to continue breaking down simple habits that make a big difference.